Welcome back to another episode of R&R with RTZ with your host Areeba Azad. And my fun fact today is Pokey Day, November 11th.
This is Rahib Tizamon. My fun fact is I messed up my intro last time.
And I'm your other host, Rahib Tizamon. Today the T stands for terrific, because I had a half day at my morning shoot today.
That's cool.
Went to IHOP and called it and took a huge nap. So we're good. We're chilling today.
Woo!
Yeah. Let's get into today's episode.
Rest and relax while we rant and ramble. R&R with RTZ.
All right.
So let me explain this Pokey Day, guys. You know Pokey, the yummy, delicious snack with the stick and the chocolate?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Pokemon.
Oh,
No.
I thought you were messing up poke, like poke.
No.
balls.
I mean like that cookie stick thing with the
Yeah.
chocolate.
That's Pocky.
Oh, Pocky.
What?
So we're still messing up the word.
Oh, okay. So my next fun fact will be I messed up my intro. There you go. Pocky Day. Today's Pocky Day. So you know how the Pocky sticks can look like the number 11 or the number 1?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the day that they just celebrate Pocky and in all the stores it's like half off, and there's different brands that make Pocky, but it's not called Pocky, but similar concept. And yeah.
I did see.
So
some
November 11th forever will be Pocky Day.
I saw some at
Pokey
Costco
Day.
today. It was like a off-brand of that
Pocky.
stick. Yeah,
Was it Pokey?
Yeah.
it
With
actually
an I instead of a Y.
it was like Pockee or something like that.
Ah, Pokey. There we
I
go.
think it
With 2
was.
E's.
Wow.
There we go.
Or no.
So I was
Sure,
right,
they're mad
not
about
entirely wrong, but yeah.
Or actually, no, I think the brand was Lottee, like Lotte. Well,
Lotte's brand?
I don't think it was Lotte's. It was because of that Costco.
Oh.
No.
It was spelled like Lottee, so I was like Lotte. But
Lotte?
it was like a thicker stick of
Okay.
like a bigger Pocky stick.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The best one's the banana one. You have to try the banana one. It's like just a regular stick with banana drizzled chocolate on top. Delicious.
What I tried?
It's so good.
Cookies and cream.
Banana flavored stuff
They
are
have one.
disgusting.
I just love my
Only
I-
true bananas in this household.
No. True
True
bananas are
bananas.
disgusting.
Eat your damn fruits.
I like my fruits, just not disgusting ones. Avi.
Yeah. Also, guys, you don't have to say my fun fact is. You can just say it.
Yeah.
You never told us.
I definitely did.
You never did.
You guys,
Did
hey,
he tell
my
us?
name is so-so.
No.
And my fun fact is you can just say what you did today.
Oh, that actually makes way more sense.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's-
wow,
it's not
he was
show and
so
tell.
cringe.
It's like
He was so cringe. Why is he making
It's a
us
bit.
do
It's a bit
this?
corny if you have to say our fun fact.
like
is-
doing-
Well, yeah, but I thought you wanted corny.
it's like icebreakers when you first meet people.
yeah.
My fun fact.
Why are you sitting on the dog, Yuki Riku? Oh my god.
He wants to
Our
be as
dog
close
just
to
came
us.
up and just sat down right on top of
Yuki.
You're there.
Yuki and pushed her out of the way.
Yuki, come up here.
Man.
You know, Yuki can come onto the couch all by herself. She's just a lazy motherfucker. Like, extremely lazy.
Yuki, she means that with love.
She knows I'm talking about her. Right, Yuki?
She's gonna lick her foot now in defiance.
Oh, my
She's
God.
like,
She always licks her foot whenever we start these podcasts. During the daytime, nothing.
mm.
The second we put these headphones on, she knows I can't get up. See, look, she's doing it right now.
She's like,
She's literally
Yeah.
doing it right now.
No, she's not doing it right now.
hello.
She
Okay,
got
she-
you thinking though.
She got me
She
thinking,
got
though.
you thinking.
Yeah.
It is the 11th. That's Veterans Day, as well as
It's Pokey Day.
Veterans Day. And I learned today not every school county in this area takes off for Veterans Day.
Which makes sense. I think
That's
it makes
terrible.
sense in Fairfax County
Tragic.
because we have a lot of military bases here and a lot of military people that live around here,
Mm.
blah, 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 blah. So I think it makes sense that they care so much in Fairfax County and have always made it a day off. But like in the other counties, like you were in what, Fuck Your County? Yeah.
And they said,
Fuck your
fuck you.
county.
Fuck
to
Your
the kid.
County, yeah.
Y'all coming in today.
No, like for reals, like I don't think they have that many people that would either be veterans or people in the
It
military.
was ironic though, because the school I went to, it was a high school, and they had all the signs out saying, "Hey, thank you to the veterans, thank you for everyone who served." But we're still off school today.
Okay, but
Still
I,
coming.
but I don't
Weird.
understand why
'Cause
we
it's a
don't
government
have
holiday.
school off. It's not like teachers and kids are affected by the the veterans already have the
it's
day.
supposed to be like holiday, so like everyone can go out and
It's supposed to
celebrate
be a
barbecue,
government.
all that stuff. You know,
It's supposed to be a government holiday.
yeah,
Hmm.
it is a federal holiday. Yeah,
yeah, it
And
is
then you
federal
might have
holiday.
teachers who were
yeah,
vets
that's
as
what I
well.
said too. Yeah, teachers who served and then now they teach.
So
It's Pokey Day, guys.
No, it's Pocky Day.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, we've been over this.
Dang it.
By the end of
Pocky.
this, I'm gonna want poke. Like,
Yeah.
whole.
Okay.
We all thought different things. I thought you were talking about Pokemon. You thought Poke Bowls. You're talking about Pocky Sticks.
Pocky.
Jeez.
Pocky Sticks,
It's a
guys.
game of
Pocky.
telephone.
It really was. Oh my God. That game is so fun.
Is it?
It really is. You should do it with like a big group of adults. So much fun.
I ain't whispering into other adults' ears after what we went through a few years ago. No.
What did we go through?
COVID.
Oh.
Come on,
Dang,
guys.
Hey,
demonetized.
COVID's not gone. We're still going through
Apparently,
it.
I have long-term COVID.
No, wait, what?
Dun, dun,
Wait, did the
dun.
doctor say that or did you say that?
No, we
That's
just theorized that.
Yeah.
My cough.
That's what I thought. I was like, the doctor did not say you have long-term COVID.
No,
What
but
do
we
doctors
thought because like I also like after I get a cold, my cough doesn't go away for like months, and I'm just like, why is this still
Okay,
here?
so what you're saying
And
is
it's
the
only happened in the last few
Zaman gene-
years.
The Zaman gene at a certain age is super weak. That's all it is. It's not COVID, guys.
All right,
They're like Trump supporters. It's the Chinese.
We'll get mentally weak, all right, but not physically weak. We're at our primes forever.
I think it's no.
Yeah.
Well,
wasn't that bad.
well, guys, guess what's happening next week? On Tuesday the 19th.
Oh, gosh.
Tuesday the 19th.
Will this come out by that time? Who knows? This could be in the
Oh my God.
past.
I hope.
We're a
I'm
little
going
behind.
to go see Kiss of Life live in concert. I'm going to meet them. That's all I'll say. I'm really excited, guys. Very pumped.
Yeah, you
That's
mentioned this
exciting.
before.
I know I can't stop
This is
talking
for the
about
long-time viewers. Think
Yeah.
throwback to that last podcast
it. Yeah,
2
which
episodes ago.
hasn't aired yet.
No,
Has
one
aired?
before that.
I don't
I
know.
think. I don't know.
The last one I was on hasn't aired yet. Was that the last
No,
one?
that was the last one technically. The one that's currently
The
live.
last one.
The one we talked about, the Diljit concert and Diddy. The Diddy one.
Oh.
The Diddy one.
The Diddy?
The Diddy
Oh my
one.
God. I have so much more information
You have
now.
more information on Diddy?
Yeah, but we don't need to get into it. It's just gonna be another whole Diddy series then.
Might as well. Well, wait, nothing else came out.
Well, no, I know, but there was just so much more information that we didn't talk about in our last podcast that I learned more stuff about, like when it
Was it
pertains to.
true or is it conspiracies again?
These are what's it called? The court cases that are now filed against him. This is the civil court cases that are filed by like various like non-celebrities and celebrities. And they're all like minor. They're still big, but in comparison to like the overall freak offs and all the other crap that everyone's talking
Overall
about.
freak offs.
Well, you know what I'm talking about, like all the big stuff. In comparison, it's minor, but they're like small little court cases that people are starting to file now that he's in jail. They feel
Yeah.
safe enough to come out and be like,
yeah.
yeah, they're like like his lawyer, the prosecutors, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
The prosecutors are like piling up all these court cases and all the fact checking and everything. And it's crazy. There's so many people who have been sexually harassed by him, just like on different sets, or not even sexually, but like just assaulted verbally or physically. He insinuated like there was like a basketball game like years ago in the 90s that happened that caused like a few deaths because he overbooked like or oversold tickets, and then he like somehow he didn't care that people were starting to get trampled at the entrances, and he like got out through the back and a bunch of people died, and it was a huge deal. It was back in the 90s, so the videos of it is very blurry and you can't really tell, but he didn't seem remorseful for it, and there's a lot of stuff that especially in the 90s that happened. And I told him that I learned a lot about Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. Biggie
the beef.
for short, which I also learned.
She's telling me about this, about Tupac, and she just learned about Biggie. But she kept referring to him as his full name, his full rap, the stage name, Notorious B.I.G.
Not Biggie Smalls.
No, it's like, the whole thing 7 times in the story. At this point, I was like,
Notorious.
you can just call him Biggie or something. You
I
don't have
kept
to
saying,
say the whole
so
name.
Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. and then Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. and I kept saying the whole name, but that's because like I listened to Stephanie Sue's videos and she kept referring to them as the whole name, and I'm like, okay, like.
Yeah, I
it
think
just
you
stuck
got-
to me.
I think she also heard about
Clearly didn't grow up in
Biggie the
the-
first time as
Well,
well.
yeah, she also admitted in the podcast, like, I didn't know much about these artists,
Yeah.
which is true. I also didn't know much until I listened to the podcasts.
A true Zoomer.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Like, but it wasn't my cup of tea, and I also wasn't allowed to listen to that kind of music when I was younger. It wasn't until much later that I could even listen to it. But yeah, There's a lot of
Arguably
crap about
one of the
Biggie.
greatest rappers ever.
Who, Tupac? Yeah.
Well, Biggie Smalls.
Oh, yes. Yeah. But Tupac, apparently, he was the man of his generation. Like, he was amping up black people before they were amping themselves up. Like really, like, he was there for his people.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are now speculating, like, oh, Diddy, like, is trying to be like Tupac. Like, he's trying to be the man for the black people, but he definitely does not care about his own people.
Did he?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
like another huge speculation.
Tupac was definitely like, as a West Coast rapper, he was very iconic in that sense. He had some issues too.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Like,
He hated the cops, and the cops hated him.
well, his reason for the cops was like similar to what we talk about now with like
There's a lot of police
Oh.
brutality.
BLM.
Yes,
and
yeah.
whatnot.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
it's a lot of police brutality and all that good stuff. But like, yeah, I think Eminem has joked about Diddy
Diddy
like
killing.
being the one that caused
Yeah.
his death and all that,
In
like
his
jokingly
songs,
in the
yeah.
songs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then now he's arrested. It's just like, well, maybe like
Yeah,
did he?
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
There's a rumor that a lot of people in the industry know who killed Tupac, but they can't say
yeah.
for repercussions. And now
Yeah.
that people are speculating it was Diddy,
Tupac even said
it's all making sense.
when Tupac got shot the first time, he said, "Oh, I know who shot me, or who wanted me
Probably too.
dead,
Yeah.
but I can't say it and whatever." Yeah.
What did Notorious B.I.G. say?
Well, his name's for short Biggie. You know, Biggie.
Yeah,
Biggie.
friends
Biggie
call
Smalls.
him Biggie.
Yeah, friends call him
friends.
Biggie. Fans call him Biggie. I don't know anything about this guy. Actually, there was because so Biggie is from the East Coast, correct?
New York.
And Tupac is from the West, and they're in the whole clash and the war of like the music and whatever. The West,
war!
yeah, no, like the West and East Coast
Yeah.
battle, whatever, back in the 90s. And apparently they were actually good friends. Like when Tupac died, Notorious Biggie, see, I can't. Biggie was very like big on like making like he spoke out about how upset he was about him dying and like, you know, he was my man and all this stuff. Like there was like actual interviews and of him saying this, and he did miss him. And he even had like speculation of, oh, I don't know if I if he doesn't know for sure who did it, but he has an idea of who he thinks that did it. And everyone always thinks like, oh, he thinks Diddy did it.
It was Diddy!
And that's why everyone thinks Diddy killed Biggie because
Did he?
Did he?
Did he?
Did he?
I don't know. I think he did.
What's that Eminem song where he says that?
Oh, it's like the did he just leave a P out of the
Yeah, that song.
Good. That told me
Did he
nothing.
spell-
did he just spell rapper without
Without
the
a
P?
P.
Did he?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was. I forgot. I forgot. I think it's like off his newer album too. I think.
Yeah, it was a more of a recent song.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it was before all of the shit that started unraveling.
Because they know.
Yes.
They've been new. It's
Yeah.
like
50
Diddy's
Cent.
whole thing was
Ooh.
a public secret. Like everyone publicly knew he was a
Yeah.
bad guy. Stuff
couldn't do
happens at his
anything.
parties. Don't go to his parties unless you're a freak.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
now it's just more
You have to be
public.
morally okay with his shit to go.
Or morally okay with the money he's giving out,
Yeah.
the connections he's providing.
50
That's
Cent
wild.
apparently hated him from the very
Oh yeah,
beginning.
their beef is
Probably.
big.
Yeah.
He made his documentary.
Yeah,
about it
yeah,
that
yeah.
came out on Hulu like
I
a
should've
minute
watched
after. We did watch that. That was a documentary we watched.
Oh, that was his
That
documentary?
was the 50 Cent one. It was on Hulu.
Oh, we
Oh, I
did
need to
watch
watch
that.
that.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that was 50 cents.
50 cents.
God damn!
Curtis
was-
2-quarter Jackson.
I was doing 50 cents with like an apostrophe S, like, you know, possession. Like it belongs to him. Apostrophe S. 50 cents is
50 Cent approximately.
documentary.
Have you listened to that new hip hop artist, 50 Cents?
50 cents
His name is 50 Cent.
with inflation.
But I
75?
was saying 50 cents, like, you know, like it belongs to him. Apostrophe S. Apostrophe S. This better be a fucking reel. And you better slowly make the caption go apostrophe S. Apostrophe S. Apostrophe S.
Oh my god.
I meant like possession, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, grammar. Don't make me spell it out with a whiteboard.
We've expanded too much on your rap knowledge here, so we'll move on.
All right, let's move on. Guys, so we have 4 years of hell coming up.
Wow, jumped right into the election.
Oh, I was talking about because Ariana Grande is going to be making the second movie and she's not going to go on a tour and I can't meet her. What are you talking about, Tuhin?
Dun dun
What
dun.
I'm so upset. She's making the second part of Wicked and she's not going on tour.
Oh, she's
Wait,
doing
what
two-part.
did you think I was talking about?
Not what just happened in November.
Ayo.
Oh. Well, since you brought it up, Tuhin, we might as well talk about the election. I didn't
The
bring
election
it up.
of
You brought
who's
it up.
gonna do the
I-
dishes. Yeah.
No, but for real, she's not gonna go on tour because of that.
Oh, I didn't know that this was gonna be a 2-part movie.
I know, I didn't know either until she announced it. I was so
I know.
pissed.
It was the end of cinema, man.
Honestly, a lot of
I
people.
don't think this is gonna be a good movie.
Well, you're not a
Uh-huh.
musical theater person, but a lot of musical theater people who've been to some of the premieres have been saying that it is so iconic. Apparently, they did the musical justice. Like
Okay.
I'm not saying it as an Ariana fan. I'm saying it as a person who is listening to actual fans of musical theater say this. Apparently, it's amazing the way that they filmed it. All of their performances, not just Ariana, but Cynthia, Ian Slater, the guy who's playing the handsome man, and then the Wizard of Oz. I don't know the handsome man's name. Who cares?
Clearly.
But yeah, apparently it's really, really good. So I'm excited to like actually learn and dive into this new world because I've never seen Wicked the Broadway musicals, but I'm pumped for this. And obviously I am pumped for Ariana, but like that's just my personal love for her.
I need the Ariana Grande popcorn bucket. Bust of her head. You just it's a hole in the top or whatever.
I'm hoping people like Rahib, and I love you, babe, but like I'm hoping like people like Rahib will see this movie and learn that, yeah, sure, Ariana's a pop star, but she's more than just a pop star. She has other talents too. Because like I love her, yes, and yeah, I'm biased, but like there's a lot of people who are like, oh, she can't do this because she's just a pop star. She has so much talent, and like I think she's gonna blow people's minds.
Broadway singing from pop music is a very.
She was a
it's very
Broadway singer
straight path.
first.
Yeah.
I didn't
No,
know.
it's not a straight path. It's a
She
very
did
different
Broadway?
vocal range. She did like off Broadway.
I mean, a good pop
Oh,
singer.
I'm
I'm talking
for
about Taylor
me,
Swift.
I
you know what
thought
I'm
it
saying?
was like I thought she was like TV star to singer. Like
No.
that
She
pipeline.
She did like off Broadway stuff. She was a musical theater girl. She did theater all her life, and then she did Victorious and Sam and Cat while making music and became a big pop star. She didn't expect to become a big pop star. Her music went off, and then so she kept going with it. Her dream was to always be, because she loves comedy, and musical theater apparently has a lot of comedy in it, and obviously other emotions. But
Yeah.
and she always wanted to do musical theater, and because she loves comedy and music so much, and she wanted to put it together. And then because, like I said, her pop star career went off, she didn't do that, and now she's like saying, "I think that's what I'm going to do with the rest of my life for a while at least, is musical theater."
Musical theater.
Yeah.
I mean, based off her like SNL skits, it seemed like that was more her wheelhouse.
Oh yeah, she's so talented.
That was good for her.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's time to start our new bit. We're going to be reading stories from Reddit from the Am I the Asshole subreddit. Oh, let's get into it. I got one right here. These are always so interesting because like some of them are very clear answers. And some of them are just like, it's like good social commentary, what people think is important or not. I got an interesting one. The title is, Am I the Asshole for uninviting my fiance's work wife from our wedding? Work wife and work husband. That's always a...
I'm already gonna say no.
Oh, this is
You're
a-
not
this,
the asshole.
You already...
I'm already saying it.
Wow, judging it before you read it.
You shouldn't have a work husband and a work wife if you
If-
are married or
if she
with a
un-
boyfriend or
Or
girlfriend.
he uninvited the work wife.
Fiance's work wife. So
Oh.
like it's she. So all right. So I, 29 female, am supposed to be marrying the love of my life, 31 male, in a few months. We've been planning this wedding for over a year, and it's been a beautiful but stressful experience. But there's one person casting a shadow over everything, and that's my fiance's work wife, Lily, 30 female. She's uninviting a girl. What do you?
No one should have a
yeah.
work wife if you're in a relationship. That's weird.
It is.
But
weird.
like, work wife is just like maybe just a colleague that you're just
Yeah, but
tight with.
that,
Well,
Which
let's
is-
let's see how
but you don't
close their
call it
relationship
that's
is.
weird. I
I,
don't
mean, I think
like-
it's a weird term,
Yeah.
but like,
So let me backtrack a little. My fiance and Lily have been friends and coworkers for around 5 years. At first, I was honestly relieved he had a good friend at work, especially since his job can be demanding and a bit isolating. I tried to be the cool, understanding partner who wasn't bothered by how close they were, but over time, their bond became, well, it became something I just don't know how to handle. Okay, dang.
That's fair.
Lily is a huge part of his life. They text constantly, often late into the night, about everything from work issues to little jokes. Little
No.
jokes, that's how it starts. She knows things about him that sometimes I don't. Oh. And it stings to realize how much he turns to her for advice and laughs instead of me. Ooh. Someone else making your man laugh? Oof. My fiance reassures me that they're just friends and that she's his work wife and that it's no big deal. But it feels like she's gone so close that sometimes I'm the one on the outside looking in. Ooh. This is a pretty long one. Hold up. As we get deeper into wedding planning, Lily started chiming in with her opinions. Oh, that's
not okay.
That's getting
the red
That's not
flag.
okay. It's not your fucking no.
She had suggestions about our venue. It doesn't feel like him, she would say. Our flowers. He's never liked bright colors, remember? Oh, yo, we fighting. Yeah, and even my dress. Mentioning offhandedly that she knew his style and could help me pick something he'd love. Bro,
This sounds-
on the parking lot right now.
Oh.
I tried to laugh it off, but it hurt more than I wanted to admit. Here I am planning my wedding, and I felt like I had to measure up to her view of who my fiance is.
Oh my God.
Last week was our engagement party, and it was supposed to be such a happy day. But I kept noticing Lily glued to his side. I tried to join their conversations, but every time she'd bring up a work story or inside joke that left me feeling like a third wheel at my own engagement. Then in one of the worst moments, I walked up just as she was saying,
Fucking punch her.
you know, if you change your mind, you could always marry me instead. Bro, at
Whoa.
the engagement party!
Whoa. Lily said this to the fiance?
Yeah.
Oh.
My heart sank. I didn't know if she was joking or half serious, but my fiance laughed, brushed it off like it was no big deal.
Boundaries, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't just let it go. I pulled my fiance
man
aside
is also
later
to
that
blame.
night and told him how inappropriate her comment was. He looked at me surprised and said, I was taking it too seriously, and that Lily was just playing around. I felt like I was going crazy. Like maybe I was seeing something that wasn't there, but how would anyone be okay hearing that from someone so close to the fiance?
Yeah, that's kind of
right.
Yeah, no one would be okay with that.
Almost done. All right. The last straw came toward. That's not over, dang. The last straw came toward the end of the night. Lily has had a few drinks, and she came up to me asking if I was really okay with how close they were. She said something like, I mean, I can't imagine him with anyone else. It felt like a knife to my chest. I wanted to scream, but instead I just walked away. Later, I told my fiance I didn't want her at our wedding, that it was too painful to have someone there who clearly saw herself as part of our relationship. He got defensive, saying I was overreacting and letting jealousy ruin a friendship he cherishes. He even implied that uninviting her would damage his reputation at work, and now he's barely talking to me because he says I'm making him choose between his best friend and his fiance. I don't know what to think anymore. I feel hurt, small, and like my feelings don't matter. My friends support me, but his friends think I'm overreacting and letting insecurity ruin our relationship. Am I the one blowing this up, or am I right to want some respect and boundaries? Am I the asshole for asking him
Absolutely
to
not.
invite her from our wedding?
Absolutely not an asshole.
But she has not addressed this to Lily yet.
She
No,
shouldn't have
apparently
to.
not.
If she goes up to the man and says, your friend is making me
I-
uncomfortable, why is she butting into our wedding? He should put his foot down and be like, hey, my so-called best friend, stop butting in.
Yeah, like that guy doesn't have situational awareness. I get that.
yeah.
But like, she should also just be like, yo, Lily.
Lily knows what she's doing. Lily is one of those girls who's like, I'm going to do this because I like this man. I don't care about the other girl. She's not a girl's girl, which I don't really love that phrase, but she's not a girl's girl. She's clearly doesn't care about the other woman's feelings, friend or not. Oh my God, I would have punched this bitch in the face already. Like dead ass. What?
It's one thing to be this the whole time, but at the engagement party,
At the
a
end,
week
Yeah.
before,
yo,
or however long
bruh.
before.
No,
the
I
wedding.
think even before
That's
that.
crazy. To say that, what's the phrase she said?
You
I
still
wish
have a
I wish
chance-
you could marry me instead or something.
No, you could still you still have a chance to marry me.
Oh yeah. That was.
That's,
Ooh, that's
or
on
if you
site.
change your mind, you can still marry me.
Yeah.
There we go, something like that.
That's still a crazy thing.
funny
to
enough,
say.
I've
my
heard that at a
God.
wedding, but like it was clearly like a family friend type of thing. Like it was like an older guy saying it to the bride, I forgot what. I was at a friend's wedding where it was like a pseudo mixed couple because she's like half white, half black, and he's fully white, and then like someone like his uncle or someone that jokingly to his wife was like, should have been me, and then like as they were leaving or something like that, like just kind of like a joking, like clearly this is just they don't know each other. It was just like a funny thing.
I
But,
want
like,
to.
maybe it's an American thing. I don't
If
know.
it's an American.
I was about to say I think this might just be my personal experience from like high school and college, and a lot of the more American-esque people that I was surrounded by. But there's a lot of accepting bad and inappropriately like uncomfortable situations in relationships. Like the accepting of it is so normalized by so many girls and guys sometimes. Like, the girl's friend, a guy friend is always sleeping over. The guy's okay with it. Like, they're not actually okay with it. They're just accepting it because they don't want to lose the girl. But like, it's almost to the point where like they're normalizing these weird situations, and when you know emotionally and even mentally, it's not normal.
Oh no. That's
And I'll
weird.
even give a big example. Back in college, I dated this guy, and I didn't think anything of it, but now that I think of it now, I'm like, what the hell was going through my head? He would tell me all the time, oh, my ex-girlfriend is going to come hang out with me at my place.
Yeah.
And I would always be like, okay. Never once cared. I was never jealous, never cared. I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Like, she's your friend. Like, it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. In hindsight, I realized, wait a minute, why is she hanging out with you like this? Like, but this
Right.
was like years after we broke up. I was like, wait a minute. Why did I think it was normal for his ex-girlfriend to just hang out with him alone in his house?
Yeah.
Like that, what? But it was because like around me, it was just so like, everyone was just so normal about like these types of things. And like, it's not an okay and it's not a normal thing, because clearly there are still emotions there. I mean, you guys used to sleep together. Like, of course there's like lingering something, you know? But yeah, it's crazy.
That's funny how we do that.
Yeah.
Like in relationships and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like what we accept and whatnot, because we don't want to come off as like clingy or
Or crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. After that relationship though, I will say, I got with him and I was like, you know what? I don't care if I'm crazy. I'm going to put my foot down for everything.
Don't worry, I shut that shit down.
And I still put my foot down. And if he doesn't listen, I'll put my foot in his mouth. So
I mean, like,
The
but
fuck?
like the thing, like that's like setting boundaries, which a lot
Yeah.
of people are like, oh, she's being over.
yeah.
Whatever,
And that's
but,
the
like-
part where I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm going to set my boundaries. Like, if you can't accept it, then get out of my
Yeah.
life.
But the reality is like we are. I don't know about maybe men might be different, but like putting boundaries is kind of like there's like respect with that. You know? Like if you
Yeah.
set a boundary, it's like, oh, she obviously is serious about our relationship.
Yeah.
She has a boundary. Like that makes her more attractive to me, or vice versa with like
I agree.
men to women or women to men.
Yeah. On the other side, I think that a lot of people use that term. It's kind of like therapy talk where they learn these terms like, oh, set your boundaries or stuff.
Mm.
They abuse that and they use that. Oh,
Yeah.
this is just like a impassable, or like this is my what's the word?
The red line
Uncompromisable or on whatever. Whatever, but this is my boundary, and it's like
Yeah.
something very trivial. It's like, oh, if you do
Oh,
that,
yeah, yeah,
then the
yeah.
relationship's over.
right.
Like you can't ever bring your shoes in the house. That's my boundary.
Yeah,
It's
like, that's
that's not
ridiculous.
a boundary.
Yeah.
That's just your preference that you're making a very
There's
big.
levels to it.
thing
Yes,
about it.
I agree.
And it's like you're abusing that term and
Yeah.
to make things about everything you want.
That's a human society. We abuse all the terms that are supposed to be important.
People that use therapy talk,
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
so annoying.
It's been a
Which-
very trend in these
Yeah.
in the last few years.
Which side tangent? Did you watch the most recent Hassan Minaj
Yes,
Netflix?
I did.
Where he talks about how people that are in therapy are like the most like annoying people.
Yep.
That's what I thought about.
when did you
Yeah.
watch that?
I watched it.
By yourself?
I watched it the day it came out on my phone.
Whoa. No, okay.
Did you not watch it?
Yeah, did you not
No, I
watch
didn't
it?
watch it.
Boundaries.
Boundaries. This is not the first time you watched something
Well, you
like
didn't
this.
say you wanted to
without-
watch it with me.
What do you mean? We watched the other Hassan Minaj's together.
Right, but like you
But,
didn't
like-
say anything when this one came out.
She's like, I see you. I recognize you.
My work wife would never do this to me.
Oh my god! If I will put this out right now, if Rahib ever got a work wife, I would find that girl on Facebook and I would get you in a group chat together and be like, "You two bitches better shut this down right the fuck now." Absolutely not. My friend at work, single, has a work husband. I'm like, yeah, you single, have a work husband. Do you, girl? And she's like, oh, would you have a work husband? Because there's a lot of guys at our work who are comfortable with me, and I'm comfortable talking to them. And I'm like, absolutely not. It's weird because
It's weird calling it that.
Yes.
You're just friends.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
friends with your
You're just like
coworker.
a
Friends is
yeah.
different. Friends is fine. But if work husband, yes, it's weird because
Yeah.
when you think of the word husband, you think of a different connection, not even sexual.
Yeah.
Forget sexual. There's an emotional level to it. And I don't want to have that emotional level with someone else that's not my actual husband. I don't care if it's at work. I don't care if he doesn't get work stuff with, like, doesn't understand all my work struggles. That's not the point.
Right.
I have friends at work I can talk to, but I'm not going to be like, oh my God, let me tell you my deepest, darkest secret about work. And like, let me talk to you late at night and ask you for wedding
That's
opinions.
weird.
And that's
weird.
weird. And not respect my partner's wishes or like level of comfort. Like, oh my God.
And
I
she's
hope-
like, interjecting her thoughts with the
Yes.
marriage and whatnot.
Coming
Like,
into the
yo,
relationship.
I hope she doesn't marry this guy.
I don't have a work wife, but I have a lot of work children. All these people, all these younger people at work at my photography job, they're like, keep looking at me like, hey, And they keep asking for advice. And some of them are like, actually, like, one girl was like, hey, how do you say, like, grandpa in your language? I'm like, oh, you can say dada or something. Okay, I'm going to call you dada from now on. I'm like, why? Stop. I don't want to give you any advice. Stop talking to me, first of all.
I think it's cute. I like that he's a work dad instead of a work husband because
they come up to me with their problems. Cute. And frankly, I just want
to. You're like a good father figure.
I'd rather be the good yeah, I'll be a father figure, the silent one that doesn't have any emotions. That's my father figure.
No, this is good practice because you can't be that father. No, you're not allowed to be that father.
Went out for milk.
No.
You want to call me Baba? Fine, I'm out. I'm
absolutely
gone.
Not. You have to.
Do your homework? Good. Get out.
This is good practice for you. It's ironic that you have work children because I have a lot of work parents. Because I'm the youngest at work and you're the oldest at work. And he looks like older. I look like a freaking kid compared to my older coworkers. And so like they give me a lot of advice and I do actually ask teaching advice, and then they like say a lot of life things around me and I'm like, I don't like any of the life lessons you're trying to teach me, but okay. But yeah.
So your life lessons from these older women are just, you should have a kid by now.
Yeah, well, I don't ask for advice. That's the difference. Like his children ask, but I don't ask these parents. And it's funny that you have a lot of work children. That's so cute.
It's crazy that like stuff still exists after COVID too. Like, well, like, not every job has gone remote, but like a lot of jobs are remote, and it's just like that deep connection that you have with people at work. Probably not as deep.
Yeah, especially if it's even like when I worked at the patent office, everyone will have their own office or own, not even a cubicle, their own office. Yeah. They might have an office mate, so you can probably get close with them because you're sitting next to them the whole time.
Right.
Oh yeah, you had one that farted a lot.
That was me.
Yeah. Sometimes it was me, sometimes it was her, but we came to a mutual silent, and I didn't talk to my office mate. We were quiet the whole time. And only a few times like, hey, you want to get lunch? No? Okay, cool. That was it. But she always left the door open. She was a door open kind of person. I was like, no, close the door. I want to take a nap. Shut up. But yeah, she was chill. But yeah, so at the office, you didn't talk to anybody other than your work group on like the chat function or whatever mess we had within our work group. And then everyone went remote because the office had that ability within a few years before COVID happened. And then COVID happened. Everyone did go to remote. But yeah, I don't think there's any work wife husband opportunity there unless you were higher up and had to go in the office. But because
good.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
You knew what you were getting yourself
I feel
into.
like in 2024 the term work wife husband probably should be not
gone. Yeah, I agree.
The problem is the term, I think.
Yeah.
Because then that term gives a lot of
close coworker.
Way too much context, negative context.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like at no point do I want to like fuck my coworker.
Yeah. But like I said, it's not always sexual. It's also the emotional aspect of it is weird too. Yeah. Like,
and that's what they're getting from, at least from this story from Lily and this dude. He's definitely getting an emotional connection. Satisfaction from
the emotional cheating. Is it emotional cheating?
Yes, it is emotional cheating. Absolutely. Yeah. Because they're texting.
We haven't known if they did do anything.
The worst part is things that the fiance doesn't know that Lily does know. That's emotional cheating. Especially if it's about emotional things. Like, I think my dad isn't going to come to my wedding. Like, that makes me really upset. You should talk to your fiance about that.
Right.
You can't, and I'm not the one to say don't talk to your friends about it too, but include your fiance as well. Like, there are things that I talk to my girlfriends about, but I always tell Rahib for his side or his opinion on it because it helps for him to know. But
don't worry, I keep our conversations to the boys.
Yeah.
Ours are pretty like
we talk about how are we getting depressed today, boys? What are we doing today?
There's like
I love finding out when Rahib does open up to his guy friends. When he opens up to Prithvi about stuff, I'm like, oh, this is so wholesome.
He has emotions.
Well, he shows it to me, but like I know he doesn't show it to everyone else, so he's learned so much. All right, can I read mine?
All right, you want to read yours?
Yes. Okay, I found mine earlier today, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. All right. It's a good one, okay? So the title is, Am I the Asshole for Not Wanting My Disabled Cousin at My Wedding?
Oh.
Another
wedding.
Yeah, another wedding. I, 26 female, am getting married soon to my amazing fiance, Liam, 30 male. And I'm struggling with whether or not to invite my cousin, Tom, 20, it's not his real name, it's in quotes. Tom, 29 male, Tom has a developmental disability, and while he's almost 30, he has the intellectual capacity of about a 7-year-old. I've always tried to be patient and understanding, but he has constantly crossed physical boundaries with me in ways that make me really uncomfortable. I've always been an early bloomer, and I have a much larger than average chest. And because of all the sports I did in high school and that continue to this day, I would like to say I look good.
That took a weird turn.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't want to say I look hot without.
No. It's just like this. Disabled cousin does weird things.
I'm also fucking sexy as shit.
So she should have wrote like, let me give you some context. So,
right.
So this is her giving some context.
A very interesting way to say that.
But it gets good.
Well, I remember that.
Unlike you, I read this prior.
I danced a lot in high school, so I was,
No, okay. I read this prior to vet it before reading it here. Okay, so it gets good. Trust me. Where was I? I only say this because it's the main reason my family uses to justify Tom's behavior. Over the years, Tom has touched my... What? Over the years, Tom has touched my chest and butt quite a few times. He's also hugged me tight and tried to kiss me, and even though I immediately told him to stop each time, it never seems to stick. He also tells all of his caretakers, nurses, and live-in caregivers that I'm his girlfriend. Oh. He also doesn't like Liam because he insists Liam isn't my fiance/boyfriend because he is my boyfriend. Tom also talks about how he will marry me. It kind of feels like when a kid tells his parents they're going to marry them, but it's still very uncomfortable. I brought it up with my family, but they always downplay it, saying Tom doesn't understand and that he's just showing affection. The excuse used most often is, he's a little boy in a man's body. You're a conventionally attractive woman. When I told my mom how uncomfortable it makes me, she said I probably entertained his behavior too much and that he's harmless. She insists that I should just be firm, but anytime I've tried, the family accuses me of being mean to him. With my wedding coming up, I want the day to be relaxed and special without constantly worrying about Tom overstepping boundaries. When I told my family I was considering not inviting him, they were outraged. They said I was being unfair, cruel, and that he'd be devastated not to come. My mom even said it would ruin his day and make it obvious that he's different, which she thinks is heartless. I get that Tom can't help certain behaviors, but I feel like my family has completely ignored my feelings in this. They always brush off my discomfort and say it's my responsibility to manage it or that he doesn't know any better. But it's my wedding, and I don't want to be on edge the whole time. Liam says I have every right not to invite him, especially because of how he treats both of us like our relationship isn't real. Still, I wonder if I'm being too harsh or unkind since Tom isn't fully aware of boundaries and doesn't really know what he's doing is bad or harmful, especially because his parents and other family members encourage it. Am I the asshole?
I would say no.
I also would say no.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, it's.
I'm kind of curious to know what is his mental disability.
No.
Like, does anyone in the comments who might have like a psych background kind of be like?
Oh yeah, I didn't mention it before, but the last story, most people said she wasn't the asshole for wanting the work wife gone.
Right.
What do people say here?
Well, the first comment on here, it says, it's interesting that your mom thinks you entertained his behavior. It sounds like the family are justifying allowing his they spelled this wrong. Refusing to have him at your wedding would go along. That doesn't make sense. Okay. A lot of grammar issues. Hold on. What does OP mean?
OP, original poster. She's talking about her.
Oh.
I was like, overpowered.
Overpowered.
OP can add to your awesome response.
Like, where are these people at? Like, what part of America is this?
I don't see anything about.
Oh, man, one of the dogs farted while lying down here.
Oh, man, like,
no, I mean, no, I don't think that's...
Yeah, a lot of these people are saying, yeah, she's not an asshole. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like, if he's going to grope her in her wedding dress, like...
Right, yeah, like, what are... It's...
And no one's stopping him. Like,
that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, how... Even say he has the mentality of a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, there are certain things not to do.
Yeah, 7-year-olds... Like, you can teach a 7-year-old not to touch boobies and butts and try to kiss people.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they're older in age,
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is his actual disability?
I don't know. Yeah, nothing.
Even with when some disabled or mental, I don't know.
This is definitely autism. That's what it as
Really?
a teacher aspect of it. I think it's autism, but I'm not a professional.
Some
I
kids are
can't-
like physically violent with their disability, but
Which
we
is also
can't
autism.
let them
Yeah,
be
like-
physically
Yeah.
violent because you can't
Restrain them.
function in society
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Um,
This is a physical
But even,
violence
like
of some
autism.
sort.
Like, I don't think autism does
No,
that.
no,
though.
no. Autism is a huge spectrum. We have kids at our school who have autism that go for no reason to everybody. Like they'll go
Like,
up
hit
to
you.
some. They will hit you.
Yeah, like that I understand.
No,
Well, not
there,
understand,
there are
but,
other
like,
there are other autistic kids who like I've had kids in my class my first year who would just come up to me and put his hand around my shoulders,
Yeah.
and he was taller than me. Like it was like that physical boundary of not understanding and not to touch inappropriately. But there's a spectrum to it too, where this Tom guy
Yeah.
is an uncontrollable but like at the same time
But
because
his like, because like in that story, he's also saying certain things
he's
too.
saying,
Yes,
like,
yeah.
oh,
Which,
we're
like-
the ones married, or
yeah,
I'm
it
his
is
girlfriend.
it is a mixture of autism. I mean a spectrum of autism. It does count.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I understand the autism part. Like, there's probably people that they like to touch things. There's like
Yeah.
a thing that like it comforts them and they touch certain things. Like, there's that. But then his behavior sounds like he's just like,
Yeah,
he's
no,
actually
it-
is
that-
obsessed
intentional.
with
No,
this
that's what
girl,
I'm saying.
yeah.
Like that is a spectrum of autism. We have
Yeah.
kids in special rooms that behave like this. They like grope the teachers.
and say,
Yeah, they say weird things. Some of them say, "I'm gonna kill you," and like I mean, some of them are a little inappropriate, but like they're in special rooms, and it's unfortunate. Some of them grow up and stay like this. We had one in 6th grade last year who's partially nonverbal.
yeah.
Just if someone walked by,
Oh, he's
yeah, just straight up. And the thing is, like, the difference here is that teachers would stop him and try to like do whatever they could to
Yeah.
prevent it. The other difference is we're also
Mhm.
legally not allowed to restrain people in FCPS, but
yeah.
but this situation,
This
the parents
is the
are
family,
saying,
so
yeah,
they can
she even
do
said-
what they need
yeah,
to
they're-
do.
They say
Yeah.
they encourage him.
That's
Yeah,
that's the
that's
worst
weird.
part. And the mother,
Yeah.
when the mom, the bad part is the worst part was the mom said, "Oh, maybe you're entertaining him."
Oh,
That's like the
Like,
victim
how?
blaming that you
Yes.
always hear about women. Oh, what were you wearing? Oh, blah blah.
Yeah.
What were you doing at night? Like, come on, man, your
Yeah.
own daughter.
Right. How do you
It's crazy.
how do you entertain? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
How did you get to that conclusion?
did you think your daughter's going up and being like, "Hey, Tom,
Yeah.
how's it going, Tom?" Like what?
What part of Alabama is this?
Yeah.
I wish they would say like at least the state or country or something that the person's from. That'd be kind of nice. Let's
I
see.
mean, yeah, definitely, she's in the right to not invite him.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely. And
that's-
I love that the husband is on her side about it,
Yeah.
but obviously like, his fiance is being groped and
Yeah, it's
yeah,
weird.
it's weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
I feel like in both of those situations, because we're dealing with marriages, like whatever the wife says probably is like she's not the asshole in the situation for
No, no.
majority of these
For
situations.
these two, yes. I have heard some "Am I the assholes?" where the wife is definitely not correct. But
But also,
yeah.
it's one of those situations where we just hear one side of the story, so they can be.
Yeah,
The whole story can be factored or malleable or made in a certain way.
Yeah.
right.
that we don't know. But that's the
Yeah, I mean, in
format
both
of
these
system.
situations, I think the person writing, gave a pretty well.
like unbiased
yeah.
as best as possible.
Yeah,
That's
that was a good one, right?
crazy.
It was creepy, but yeah.
It was definitely
Yeah.
creepy. It was a very uncomfortable situation.
Oh yeah.
We would not want to be in that one. The work.
But when you hear the title, you're like, "Oh my gosh, she's an asshole," right?
yeah,
right.
that's
At first,
true,
that's why I
true.
picked it because I
Yeah.
read the title. I was like, "Oh my god, I bet this is a good story." Because why?
It's one of those. Yeah, it's very telling of modern
Yeah.
times where it's like you want to tiptoe around certain specialties, certain things
Yeah.
about people who are different, and you want to be accepting, but at the same time there are.
But you're allowed to.
boundaries.
Yeah, you're
There are
allowed to have your own boundaries. If you're uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable. I don't like. It does not matter.
Yeah. Even if it
Um,
wasn't her wedding, like I would be understanding if she didn't want Tom at her house.
Like,
Yeah,
just around,
oh,
Yeah, just
absolutely.
around in general. It's like,
Yeah.
you just keep touching me. Don't come over here.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the one thing a lot of adults have a hard time doing is creating boundaries. Like I feel like we're not taught to make boundaries, proper boundaries, especially people of color, because we have to treat adults a certain way. We have to treat each other a certain way. Like, oh, you're a girl, you're a guy, you have to treat each other a certain way. Like, we don't learn how to set our own boundaries. We're so focused on what other people want,
You gotta factor in how we filial piety, how we look at elders, whatever they say you gotta do.
And if you
whatever
believe in that crap and things like that.
I mean, our culture is very people.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I will say I pride myself on how well I set my boundaries and not people please. You said it once. You said you like how you set boundaries and push people away if necessary and stuff.
Yeah, to a limit.
Yes, of course, to a limit.
limit.
I've learned how to limit now. I've was bad before, but push everyone
Just
away.
cut everybody off.
Yeah. Well, that's because there's so many shits out there. Like it's just
There is limits to like how you cut people. I know people who just cut people off left,
just
right.
because. Yeah.
They're just
Well, see,
so-
we've talked about it.
I think we have a family member who abuses the word of boundary.
Yes. We also have, you have friends and yes.
You have friends.
Yeah, you have friends.
You have friends.
But I personally,
People are watching this right now, like, who's he talking about?
I personally will say, like, when I used to make my boundaries, it would be like, oh, well, you did something shitty. Okay, I'm not going to talk to you ever again.
Yeah.
But now it's more like, okay, like, how long ago was it, first of all? Have you changed as a person?
Yeah.
And have you made amends in some sort of way about it?
Mm.
Like, if you're going to be shitty and then just kind of be like, oh, well, yeah, I was shitty and not going to do anything about it, then I don't know if I want to vibe with that.
Yeah.
Maturity is realizing when to set your boundaries and when to forgive others for transgressing your boundaries.
Oh, yes. Forgiveness is another huge boundary that I learned, because there are people who have wronged me, a lot of people in various ways. And at first, when it all happened, I was like, oh, my God, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. You're out of my life. You're out of our lives. Like, done. And there are still people out of my life. But, like, there's people who I'm like, okay, I can't just set the boundary of you're gone. I have to set different types of boundaries, but still be able to forgive. And that forgiveness is the hardest thing, especially for me. So difficult.
Forgiveness is tough for a lot of brown people.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's because we want, I don't know about you, but I want revenge. It's not even a grudge. I just want them
Revenge?
I want them to
Damn.
suffer the way I suffered, because it's not fair. Why did I have to
Kill
suffer?
Bill,
Going for
calm
purge
down.
right now.
I don't like the fact that, like, I don't like being upset. I don't like that feeling of sadness. And, like, when it happens because someone
so
else.
killing's the answer.
Well, no. I don't want to kill them. But I'm saying, like, if someone caused,
like how I suffered.
if someone caused me some sort of pain, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, you deserve that pain too, then.
Hammurabi's code.
Yes, I'm a very eye for an eye.
Yeah.
And no, but that's the thing. I'm trying to unlearn that, because it's not a healthy mindset to have. Because then I do set boundaries that aren't good for me. Because there are friends that I could have really good, better relationships with if I didn't set boundaries so quickly in the past.
Yeah.
And that's why I think forgiveness is a boundary that is more. It's more of a expansion of a boundary, but, like, it's still setting some sort of a boundary.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
It shows strength, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
To be able to set a boundary.
I do think there are certain things that still should be eye for an eye. For example, like, if you cheat, you die. Like, like eye for an eye.
That's literally an eye for the body. Literally an eye for the
That was
body.
not eye for an eye.
It's the Hammurabi. What is it, Hammurabi?
No, that's Areeba's code right there.
Hammurabi's code on steroids.
Uh-huh.
It is Areeba's code.
Areeba's code.
At least Rahib knows not to do anything.
There was a guy before Hammurabi where it was like that. It's just like,
That's probably why Hammurabi's code came out, because it was like there was two extreme punishments for stuff.
it's like, you cut me, I murder you.
Yeah.
Just like, all right,
Yeah.
let's tone that back a little.
Maybe that's not the way to go. Crazy.
Early justice.
Did you have a story too?
Yeah, did you have one?
I did not know.
Well, I have another one if you don't have one.
Another one?
You have another one?
Well, it's
Is it-
one that I heard on TikTok, but it still is a.
Okay.
So I'll give more of a brief run through of
You
it.
will give it a brief run through.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. It was.
Or not. I
Oh my
guess.
God, no, I had it. Crap, I had it like a second ago. Oh my God, am I the asshole? Oh my God, no.
Wow.
I just had it.
Wow.
Fudge.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. I can find it. I liked it today.
What did I do recently? Job wise. They had some crazy stories
From the job?
from some recent video projects. What did we do?
Besides, so we did the Halloween one.
Oh yeah, Ramta Jogi. That was a good one. I really like that one.
I got compliments from.
Really?
Yeah, we got compliments yesterday from Yash and Sarah. They said they really liked the video and the concept.
It was a lot brighter than I thought for the dance scenes.
Mm-hmm.
We should have turned off some of the lights. I think that key light, we should have kept the key light in front of them instead of right on them.
The horror dance thing it's kind of cheeky, right? Like you're mixing very contrasting things together.
Yeah, it's hard because my ideal thing is making the dance look very creepy and like
some people
almost
just want to be
ritualistic
pretty.
and stuff, and so it's hard to choreograph something, especially
in that sense.
Right?
I think it works better when everyone has that same mindset that this should be creepy, not pretty. This should be ritualistic. You should then people would start moving their bodies and
like Nira during her solo.
Yeah,
that was exactly what I wanted. And
she did the backwards thing.
The backwards thing.
That was perfect. That was exactly
dope.
what I wanted.
Homegirl was flexible.
Oh yeah, it's all of her classical training.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Really cool.
But yeah, and then we ran out of time there, so we didn't do the mass stripping scene. We did it over here in the basement. But I really liked that. That was like inspired by the Daredevil intro, Netflix's Daredevil stuff.
My coworkers loved that part. They were like, "Oh my god, that mask thing!" I was like, "Guys, I was holding that mask."
You were holding the paint.
I was holding the paint. Sorry, no. That's what I said. I was like, "Oh, I'm dripping the paint." That was me. Okay, I couldn't find it, and I can't remember it, guys.
Wow, no. Tragic. Oh no.
I'll have to next time come with one prepared.
Yeah. I like these. Those are always very interesting stories.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know what I could do? I could type one into Reddit, and you can give me a topic, and we'll see what's the first one that comes up.
That's fine. That's fine. We have like 6 minutes left.
Okay.
Go into another one. What else happened? We did the
Wicked's coming out.
You already went over Wicked.
I don't care.
Yeah, no more Wicked for you.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I did hear one Wicked thing.
No more Wicked for you.
No, now I get to say it. Yeah, they had because they're selling like dolls, like Barbie dolls or whatever of the figures, right? Oh, yeah. And on the back, it was by Mattel, so the same company that made Barbie.
Yeah.
On the back it said they directed them to a website to see more of their products, but they got the wrong website down. It's supposed to be wickedmovie.com.
Yeah.
They put wicked.com, which is a porn site.
Oh.
Straight up, people go in that, it would be like, "Oh, are you 18 years older?" and like blurred out images and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
But straight up a porn site, and so that got on the news and everything.
They're trying to recall all the dolls, but a bunch of people are trying to go into the stores and buying the dolls before they recall them.
Because that'll be like one of those things. Like, now I can sell this for thousands.
Yeah, because from years from now, it could be like thousands and thousands of dollars. Like the Galinda doll with the porn site on the back. Which is
that would be funny.
So funny.
That intern is fired.
Oh yeah.
Whoever did that.
Oh yeah.
Whoever slipped that. That's a pretty bad one. That's
Okay, I have one more Wicked thing. I promise.
Is it?
I swear it'll be short and sweet. All of the different premieres that they've been going to, Ariana and Cynthia have been wearing outfits without coordinating whatsoever, and it always ends up being like the Galinda and Elphaba versions of each other's outfits every single time.
So
no
she's
communication.
She's green.
No, but like even the styles. Like say she wears a puffy dress, the other one wore a puffy dress. The other one of them wore a corset, the other one wore a corset. Like it was unplanned, similar styles. It like went together. It wasn't like a hip hop style versus like a classical. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They always work together, and it's just so cute.
So that's one picture where the Kardashian family like rented out or like decorated their whole house and rented out Ariana to come in for the for a showing, a special preview of
at their house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked like it was a house, but like they decorated the whole
dressed
thing and
up.
stuff.
That's crazy.
In colors, yeah.
It's weird how they can just rent a celebrity.
I don't
like
know if
that.
they rented her. I think they're
no,
friends.
not literally, but it
Like,
felt like that. And
I didn't know
that.
Wicked was part of the Wizards of Oz thing. Like
Yeah. The Wicked Witch of the West is Elphaba.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a whole story behind it, and apparently she's not actually evil and all this stuff. I still don't understand the story. I'm waiting. But, apparently Galinda is actually a snobby, snarky bitch at first. She's not a good witch at first. She just comes off as a fake good witch. And that's like Ariana's whole thing in the show. I'm just
You're saying Ariana's a fake good witch?
In the movie.
Wow.
In the movie.
Wow. Cancel her right now.
I'm so pumped.
Cancel her.
I cannot wait.
Art imitates life thing.
Hey. Is that why all your videos aren't funny?
Whoa.
'Cause you're not funny in real life.
Whoa.
Oh,
I'm absolutely hilarious.
pew 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 pew. Come on, pew 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 pew
There's no pew 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 one. Do we have a pew pew pew?
pew pew pew
Yeah,
pew.
There it
Pew
is.
pew pew
It's an
pew.
air horn. It's an air horn.
Learning all sorts of things today.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, on that wicked note,
On that Notorious B.I.G. note.
It's Biggie for short.
Oh wow.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? 50 cents?
It's 50 cents.
50 cents.
I was saying it apostrophe S, apostrophe S, apostrophe S.
All right, y'all. Thank you for watching and listening to today's podcast. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Hey guys, Rahib here. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button to get a notification whenever there's a new video. If you want to support the channel, check out the merch shop, as well as the Buy Me a Coffee page and the Patreon page to get monthly benefits such as exclusive BTS content, unedited podcasts, and early access to all the videos. All the funds help grow the channel and keep it afloat, so any and all help is appreciated. All the links are in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.